Spirit 105.3. You're with Erica and Steve. Is this the coolest mom in America?
This is Cassandra.
Okay, then we've got the right one. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you for calling us, Cassandra.
Of course. Thanks for reaching out, guys.
Well, we want everybody in the Pacific Northwest to hear your story. We know your son Brody brought home his yearbook, and then what happened?
So when I went to pick him up after school, he seemed really down. He was pretty sad. He didn't want to talk. He just wanted to listen to music. So I knew earlier that day that he had gotten his yearbook. So I asked him, how did that go? Did you get all kinds of signatures? And he said, no, Mom. And his eyes started tearing up. So I asked him if I could see his yearbook, and when he gave it to me, there were only a couple students that had signed and a couple teachers that had signed. I asked him what was going on, and he said I asked all kinds of kids if they would sign for me, and they told me no, or they said they were too busy and they'd get to it later.
It hurts the heart to hear that.
Yes. He was so upset about it. I kept the yearbook in my bedroom that night, and I actually jotted down a little note in there for him as well. I was so sad, so I decided to post something in the parents' Facebook page of the school and just say, this is what's happening at school. I'm sure Brody's not the only student that has gone through this, and I just wanted parents to talk to their kids about being kind to one another, because a yearbook signature, it's not that big of a deal,
Yes.
Just sign it. And I was blown away by how much of a response I received from the community at the school. All kinds of parents were messaging me on Facebook. A few of them said, my kids know Brody, and they said that this isn't going to happen. He's just the sweetest, smartest kid around. And so I didn't think much of it. Brody went back into school the next day. I told him, Brody, go ahead and try to bring your yearbook. Try to ask a couple more kids, don't give up.
That's right.
And he texted me in the middle of the day, and it was a picture of his yearbook, and it was full of signatures. And he said, Facebook this, Mom.
How did he come home from school that day, Cassandra? What was his mood like?
He was so happy. He was on cloud nine. He just had the biggest smile on his face. That was his last day of school. So he said, Mom, this was the best way to end my school year. He said, I'm excited for next year because now I have high school friends, and they said they're going to protect me.
Oh,
very nice.
It was the sweetest thing.
Cassandra, how has this changed your family's life? Because, it kind of went from a really sad story to one of the most beautiful stories that we've seen in the news this year so far.
Yes, it's been a whirlwind. I will say that. We just keep getting calls, and we want to try to help out. We're going to try to see if we can get involved with some nonprofits and stuff like that. Brody just wants to make an impact. He doesn't want other kids to feel this way, and he said he doesn't think he'll ever feel that way again, and I really hope he doesn't ever feel sad like that again. But, it's been crazy. Brody got to talk to an Avenger, Ant-Man, Paul Rudd.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh,
So that was amazing.
What was that experience like for him?
Oh, Brody was just in shock. He was in shock. He couldn't believe it. Actually, Paul Rudd's sister Mandy sent me a Facebook message, and I thought right away, I was like, this is a scam. This has to be a scam. But no, it wasn't. He called Brody. They talked for like 20 minutes, and then my son decided to text him the next day.
Cool. So he can stay when somebody's walking around the lunchroom behind him within earshot. He can say things like, like I was saying to Ant-Man the other day.
Exactly.
Oh, this is such an incredible story. Cassandra, thank you for coming on Spirit 105.3 to tell it. And we just want you to know you are the coolest mom. You're wonderful.
Oh, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your kind words.
Aw.
Thank you.
God bless you and Brody and your whole family.
God bless you guys as well.